Welcome to Retire Rich, Finance Simplified, hosted by David Saldiva with Mark Hernandez and Carlos Lopez.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. I'm Dave, and today I am graced with his presence, Mr. Carlos Lopez. What's going on, Carlos?
Just another Friday morning, David.
Just another day in the life. What's going on? What are we going to be talking about today?
You tell me. We have an open discussion today regarding anything that you want to talk about regarding, investments, finances, or just life. Keep it like a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, I like life because last season or last year, we had it just kind of corporate would give us an email and then would, pick and choose, what we wanted to talk about. And then I would script it. And then it was just, oh man, it was horrible. Did you ever see that ad for like leaf filter? And it's got two people there. There's a blonde in like a pantsuit. And she's just standing there like, tell me about the process. That's how I felt when I was talking to Mark. And I just wanted to get away from that. I wanted to do, what's real and what issues we're bumping into with our clients, anything we're learning that's new. And just kind of spread that because I don't want to script it anymore. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I die a little bit inside every time I do that.
Right.
So that's why we're just we're doing the Seinfeld thing. We're just going to it's an episode about nothing. So we kind of just come in, see what's been going on with the week.
Right.
And I got a little whiteboard here and some things we can talk about.
Sure.
Some things that have been affecting, us, our clients, people in general. But you got on here, we're going to be talking about a Roth.
Yeah, so yesterday I took my 7-year-old to soccer practice, and a lot of the other parents are there. I made conversations with one of them. He has a son named Eli, and he asked me what I did for a living. I said, I'm a financial advisor. I help people in our demographics with their finances, with investments, with life insurance. And he said, well, what about 401ks? I said, yeah, I can help. I help clients with 401ks. And he said, well, I've been contributing to mine. I have Fidelity. I've been contributing to my 401k for the better part of 20 years. I think I'm doing okay in it, but I really don't know how it works. And I know there's a match, and I'm contributing to the match. So we kind of started diving a little bit more into the 401k. I asked him if he was contributing to the after-tax portion of it, the Roth portion of his 401k, and he didn't know what I was talking about.
Because most of these are broken up into two things, and usually by default, if somebody signs up for their 401k, they'll throw you in the pre-tax portion,
right?
And then they'll throw you in like a target date fund, like when you're going to retire.
Right.
So it's not really diversified or anything like that. And it's kind of set it and forget it. Just keep adding to it. So did he even have that part set up?
No, he did not.
Oh,
and he told me he was working for another company prior to that. And he said that he's still receiving his statements from the other 401k that he had previously. And I told him that there was options for that, like rolling it into an IRA where he can control it more and we can invest it for him. His 401k today, all the other coworkers and his boss talked about the match. You have to get the match. It's free money. So they kind of understand that. He kind of understood that, and he did his due diligence to make sure that he's getting at least that. Now, when I asked him about how it's invested, he didn't really know that there's a basket of funds.
Who does? Yeah, most of the time they're just like...
Right. So what happens is they go to work, they sign a contract or, and whether they're TSP with the government, whether they're 401ks with corporate, whether they're educators, and they actually sign up for a 403B through pay deduction or a 457 plan if they're government, firefighters, police department. They sign up for these, and usually they're put into, like you said, a pre-tax portion. I know I had a teacher who came to me and she said, hey, I actually signed up for a 403B. A lot of my other coworkers did not opt into a 403B. So I said, well, what kind of 403b did you have? She's like, I don't know. So when we got together, I
The
learned
403b kind.
the 403b kind. Yeah, she was basically in a pre-tax 403b. It was in an annuity at a fixed rate of 1%.
But I mean, aren't they by law have to give them a statement at least once a year?
They receive their statements, yes,
It
but
should say what's in it, but trash, shred it.
right.
Yeah, next.
Well, the main thing that was missing is basically the follow-up in the service because making 1% pre-tax, she's already has the TRS. You know, she's got that portion of her pension, and that's also pre-tax. But in this instance, she had the option to put that 403b to elect to have it in an after-tax Roth 403b,
Smart.
and also in not just a fixed account earning 1%, but in maybe mutual funds or separate accounts where she can be more diversified. And she could be in her age, you know, she probably started teaching in her early 20s. Now she's in her mid 40s. She could have used the time value of money to be more aggressive in
She could have had
separate
that
accounts.
20 years to build it up,
Right. Yeah. She could have had a mix of
Those
large.
are rookie numbers. You need to pump it up.
Right. So, I mean, she missed out she left a lot of money on the table, so to speak, on the amount of compound interest she could have accumulated in a span of over 20 some years.
Ouch.
Right. And that's a very common thing that we see with our government employees that have the TSP, with, you know, people that have the 401ks, whether they're at hospitals or in any other kind of setting, the 403, the 457 plans from our municipal employees, city employees, firefighters, things like that.
So we got to get them early.
Well, yeah, we just got to educate them to say, you can have different legs in your retirement. Some of them are going to be pre-tax, which the money they're gross tax deferred, and then it's taxed later, or you can take the hits today in little increments with an
They'll
after
probably
tax.
be in a higher tax bracket later, so they might as well get it out of the way.
Well, I mean, everybody can watch. We have, everybody's got these, right? Our
What
cell
is that?
phones.
What is
right.
this technology here?
Yeah, it's our cell phones, and we know what's happening through social media in our country and with the markets. You don't have to be an expert. Obviously, you could just know that we're trillions of dollars in debt as a country, and the taxes are probably going to go up in the future. So why not contribute to a Roth account where if the taxes do go up in the future, you'll mitigate against that by having an income stream coming from you that's tax free.
And when I meet with clients, they're always educating their kids on to start early.
Right.
I'm always asking, about the family, and it's like, oh, my son just graduated college, he's got his first job. So I'm like, hey, learn them, teach all this stuff, everything. Start on the Roth. Anything, $50, anything,
Right.
just to get it started. And talking about, the phones, with our Schwab platform, specifically with Simplicity Wealth,
Right.
who we clear through,
Right.
they've got a program on there that's what I explain to clients is like bumper bowling, but it's really just a communication tool.
Right.
And they'll take the risk assessment, they'll get a risk score, and what that does is that puts it in a range of what they can handle
Right.
in their risk score.
Right.
So if that gets out of that range, those bumpers, we'll get notified. And the clients are already getting notified once a week on their account. But if it gets out of that range, it'll notify me, you, Mark, the client.
Right.
And we need to have a sit down, and something's wrong.
Right. We can.
But
Yeah.
we need to stop the bleeding.
Right. So what you're talking about is the tracking software, the AI that
Asset
we
lock.
use. Asset Lock. Yeah, it's a tracking software in the Schwab platform that we have access to as financial advisors. That's proprietary. That basically works in real time to track a person's investment.
I don't know if it's an AI, but it's definitely an algorithm.
It's an algorithm.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
definitely got something in there plugged in.
Right.
It's got some alarms. So
Alarms. So it's like working on autopilot. It's kind of like you said, the bumper, what's
bumper
it-
bowling,
bumper bowling. Right. It keeps you, even if you go off track in some
keep
shape,
you in there.
yeah, you're going to stay in the middle, and you're probably going to knock some pins down. which equates to making some pretty good interest on the upside. So yeah, it's nice to have those safeguards for our clients.
Yeah, last time I did go bowling, yeah, the one that did have the child that did have the bumper bowling, and the little now they have this little thing where you can put the ball on and it rolls perfectly straight.
Oh yeah,
And that's the one hitting all the strikes. I'm like, cheater.
yeah. Well, we have little cheat codes and things like that for our clients to get ahead.
So that's where all of our
Right.
yeah.
So all the client basically has to do is answer some simple questions. It takes a couple of minutes, and the software basically, it puts them in a certain risk tolerance.
Yeah, they get a number. So it's like between 1 and 100.
Right.
And then simplicity, we've got a slew of portfolios.
Hundreds. Yeah.
We can go shopping for something around that range.
Hmm.
And sometimes if they have like an annuity or something that's more stable,
Right.
we can go above that range and get something more aggressive because they've already got the safe money here.
And that's cool because we can show the clients, we can show them based on that number. We can go shopping for several different kinds of portfolios that match their criteria. When we show the clients transparency, when we
Oh,
show
yeah.
it to them, we have
No, yeah, they got to approve it.
it has to
Yeah.
be approved. But what I'm saying is the performance of these portfolios, it shows them for, year to date, 3 months, all the way to 10 years.
Yeah.
So, 10 years, this portfolio has been producing, an average of 18%. That's pretty good. And not only that, but we get to show them the ratings on Morningstar, right? Some of these
Oh, hell yeah.
companies. So yeah, if you have 4 or 5 out of 5 stars,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a record of excellence for many years performing, some of the companies in these different portfolios are, things that we know like Coca-Cola and McDonald's.
Oh, you're talking about the dividend. These are the blue chip
Right. Well,
companies. These are
yeah.
the ones that are, no matter what the market does,
Right.
they're going to pay.
They're going to pay. People
So-
are going to purchase these products. That happened during COVID. During COVID, we had these portfolios. They had Clorox. They had McDonald's. I mean,
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Yeah.
Yes,
things
they
were-
had toilet paper
yeah.
on there. And I would have clients call up and they would, but they'll be freaking out.
Right.
And I'm like, I would look at their portfolio. It's like, you own everybody that's making hand sanitizer,
Right.
bleach, toilet paper, all of the food that people are buying out. Why are you worried? They're
Right.
paying you for this,
Well,
and it sets them at ease.
Right. Yeah. And some of them are defensive stocks that are within the portfolios, but it's good to know that you have these because they have a track record of raising their dividends for a span of 20 to 30 consecutive years, even through the dips in the market.
So instead of buying like the S&P 500, which a lot of them are listed on,
Mm-hmm.
this is a portfolio of just the winners or the
In
dividends
some instances,
of,
yes.
of their. So if they don't increase their dividend year over year, they get the boot.
They get the boot,
Yeah.
right? They get replaced by another company that has performed. So the client can rely on transparency, as you said. Every once a week they'll get their performance of how they're doing, and in real time when the markets are opening, if this is a person's risk tolerance, if the markets go below that threshold of the risk score, then the financial advisors, us,
Yeah.
and the client are notified that we have to have a conversation and maybe make some changes to keep their financial goals on track based on their.
So far, I haven't seen a notification of it bottoming out,
Right.
but there are notifications for high water values. So every time it hits a new high,
Right.
they also get a notification. So on top of the weekly, they're also getting that. So some clients say, like, how many times do I get notified?
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, this is good things.
Yeah.
We're just keeping you in the loop. So it used to be like every day they would get a notification of their balance, and then they cut that down to a week.
Okay, once a week.
But if it hits a new high water value, maybe a couple times a week, yeah, they're going to get notified. So, I mean, this is good news.
Right.
Either way, what was it? No news is good news. But in this case, we want the news.
We
We
want the
want everybody for transparency. We want them to get notified exactly what's going on in their account.
Yeah, and I guess the takeaway from this is just empowering our clients through transparency and service to be in the know of what's happening with their money, right? They get to know, not have to call us or call an automated system and talk to a representative. After 4 or 5 minutes of waiting, they
can scroll through their text and see what their latest balance was.
Right. Oh, here's my balance. This is a Saturday. It's noon. They just send me a notification of how my account is doing, and in real time, like you said, if the markets are
booming,
right,
you'll get a notification.
Now,
Now, some of our older clients, it's complicated to log in.
Sure,
they don't want to do all that. So in this case, they've got a string of text messages they can just scroll through,
right,
and just see how the account is doing. Real easy. I think I had one client that had memory issues, so she loves that. She could just go in there. Hey, this is my balance.
Right. It's kind of like having a personal trainer with you, somewhat.
Are you still doing that? Do you send like pictures of your food and like calorie counters?
I was doing that for a while, and
there's an app for that now, right?
Yeah,
it tells you how many calories.
Mm-hmm. You can take a picture of your food, or you could.
And it just pops up and it says, "Put the fork down. Put the fork down."
Or scan the barcode. It tells you not to eat something, but it's a good way to empower me through using technology to know where I stand as far as what I'm eating.
But that's across the board. We're doing this with everything. So the clients, their accounts, your food,
right?
Even I can't code, but I got AIs that can code for me. And,
nowadays, sure.
I think I've got a 13-year-old laptop that was abandoned by Microsoft. My wife used it for her master's, and I'm trying to install Linux on it. If I didn't have help, there's no way in hell that would have taken days to do.
Right.
But now we've got all this technology. Let's use it to our advantage.
Right.
But not get worried that it's going to take over the world.
Probably not. Yeah, I think we're okay for right now. But it's very interesting how things are evolving with technology, and we get, as advisors, we have a lot of resources that tracking software and things like that. Very sophisticated mechanisms and tools that help our clients be successful with their financial goals, and everything's done through our laptops or through our computer systems and through their phones. They could check out where they're at, and it's in real time. It's not something that's delayed too long. So the results of what they're looking for are pretty
instant.
fast or instant. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much where we're at today. All right. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. You can always reach out to us at mahfinancial.biz and hear our YouTube on Spotify and on Apple Music.
Thank you for listening to Retire Rich, Tales of Financial Freedom. Have questions about topics covered during the show? Visit our website at www.mahfinancial.biz or give us a call at 956-994-0407. Don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Investment advisory services and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through M.A.H. Financial. M.A.H. Financial is an unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. Clicking the like button does not constitute a testimonial for or an endorsement of our investment advisory firm, any associated person, or our services. Clicking the like button is merely a mechanism to circulate our page. Like is not meant in the traditional sense. In addition, postings to our page must refrain from recommending us or providing testimonials for our investment advisory firm. Because the SEC and state securities regulators generally prohibit testimonials, any such postings are subject to swift removal.